Welcome to Kidmissing TV. I am your host, Angelina Wilson. I have an interesting case for you. This is about a 6-year-old who was kidnapped. She was recovered, however, no one was ever arrested, charged, tried, or anything for her kidnapping. June Cecilia Robles was kidnapped on April 25th, 1934 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The man who kidnapped her was described as wearing glasses, dirty, and emaciated. She was forced into his car outside her school. A mother witnessed the event when she was picking up her own son at the school and assumed it was a family matter and decided not to interfere. About 5 p.m., her father was handed a note by a child, Rosalio Goyo Estrada, age 7. June was 6 years old, by the way. The boy had been paid a quarter by a member of the kidnapping party to deliver the message, which demanded $15,000 for June's safe return. June's father became in communication with the kidnapper, who identified himself as Z. He did not immediately go to the police. He wanted to attempt to negotiate. But very soon, law enforcement became involved, setting up blockades around the city of Tucson where this took place. And there was a great amount of media attention. And it was dubbed the greatest manhunt ever staged in the West, quote unquote. Even Clyde Barrow was reported as a suspect. There was a second ransom note that demanded $10,000 and instructed him where to deliver the money. He attempted to deliver the money on a specified strip of highway, but no recipients emerged. Two men robbed a cafe a few days later, and it was said that a girl that resembled June was with them. Keep in mind something here, guys. This was during the Great Depression, and if this was an emaciated man, these were people, the Robles family was very well off, and these were people trying to make money to survive. These weren't pedophiles. They probably weren't even mean to her. You know, they just were trying to survive, and they made a bad decision in the process. On May 7th, Chief Criminal Deputy Oliver White thought that she had been found, but because they thought she was with a couple headed for the Mexican border. Turned out not to be her. On May 14th, they searched and they hadn't gotten much communication from the abductors. The Arizona governor, B.B. Moyer, received a postcard at his office describing June Robles' location in the desert outside Tucson. The postmark bore a Chicago postmark. The postcard bore a Chicago postmark. That's a hell of a long way from Tucson, Arizona, especially back then. A team that included her father, Carlos Robles, Pima County Attorney General Clarence Houston, and several highway patrolmen searched the area for 2 hours before discovering a small metal box sunk 3 feet into the ground and disguised with some shrubbery. June was inside, alive, and in surprisingly good health. Although filthy, blistered by prickly heat, and bitten by ants, her ankles chafed by chains attached to an iron stake. After having been chained in the iron box in the desert for 19 days, she said she had subsisted on fruits, bread, and jam, potato chips, and graham crackers the kidnappers had left. And she had made do with a ceramic pot for a toilet. And when they were taking her away to take her home, all she was worried about was her report card that she had gotten the day that she was kidnapped at school, and it was still in the hole. So she made them take her back before she would leave to let her go back down and get her report card to show it to her mama. A man was charged. His name was Oscar. He went by Buster. Oscar Robson. He went by Buster. But because of similarities between his handwriting and the Z ransom notes, the charges were dismissed. Then they thought maybe a disgruntled relative in Mexico had masterminded it, or by an immediate family member. One year and 5 days after June was found, an unnamed man was dying. He came forward with more evidence implicating 3 people, and J. Edgar Hoover announced that the case had been solved. However, the deathbed confession did not result in any convictions. 2.5 years after that, the investigation was reopened due to, quote, sensational discoveries. However, again, no charges were brought. For the nearly 80 years, Robles, for the next 80 years or so, she led a perfectly normal life. She never gave any interviews or wrote a memoir. Her wedding announcement in 1950, of course, did not mention it. Why would it? She died of Parkinson's disease at the age of 87 in 2014. Her grandfather was extremely wealthy. His name was Burnaby Robles. A man who was working on an article about him learned of her death through her obituary. And the family asked him not to mention her passing in his article. It wasn't until 3 years after she passed that the media got wind of it, and the New York Times posted an obituary on Halloween 2017. And the amount of money they asked for would have been a huge amount of money back then. But yeah, there's never been an arrest or conviction, or or anything like that in this case. But I thought it was interesting because it's a historic case, and that's where it will go. And because it did have a happy ending in the sense that she was found alive. I wouldn't say safe, because she was pretty messed up, and I'm sure she went to the hospital and was treated and everything, but yeah. Excuse me. So yeah. That's how I feel about it. I think that, well, I didn't tell you how I feel about it. I think, like I said in the beginning of the story, this was the Great Depression, and I think someone made a bad choice out of desperation. I mean, they left her food, they left her literally a pot to pee in, they left her water, I think. Yeah, she wouldn't have survived out there 19 days without water. They did not mean her any harm. They just wanted the money. They just never figured out a way to get it without getting caught. These are my opinions and my opinions alone. There is another video about the case. There's also a video of the press talking to her right after it happened, which is interesting given the time frame. There really wasn't much TV, so I can imagine what the cameras look like. But yeah. Excuse me. That is my alarm. My pills. Take care of you in a minute. I have my water right there to take my pills. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go take my pills. I've already made the poster, although there wasn't a need for one because she was found. But I wanted you to see her cute picture, and yeah. But I love doing these old cases, and it is unsolved. Occasionally, I will do a historic case that was solved, or a historic case that there's no hope of solving because it's too old. So yeah, that's it. And I hope you enjoy those. Excuse me, long day already. And I didn't use my CPAP because I had to clean it last night. If I had cleaned it earlier in the day, I could have used it, but that's neither here nor there. And then I didn't realize the hose was still full of water. I hung it up and the water went everywhere, and I had flood in my kitchen. So yeah, that was fun. Anyway, I did just send my doctor pictures of my cold sores, because he asked for pictures. I think he just wanted to make sure they were really cold sores before he gave an opinion. They are. I've had them enough times to know. One of them you can see better than you can see the other one. You can see where it's actually split. So wish me luck. Programming note, real quick. The rest of this week, Wednesday and Friday, I have doctor's appointments, so there won't be any videos on those days. However, next week, I've got nothing except for Bible study on Wednesday, which is late in the evening, so that doesn't affect this. So next week will be a normal week. The following week, there won't be any videos on this channel. Well, no, there won't be because I'm having surgery the following Monday, 2 weeks from today. So Next week will be the only normal week for March. And then we'll start again in April. That'll give me plenty of time to write April's cases. I actually even made the poster for this case last night when I wrote it, just because I had time. You know, I was uploading for the other channel, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do this, get it over with. So I did. Because it takes a long time to make the poster. It's not a short process. I mean, I have it down to a science, but it's still not a short process, so. Excuse me. Neither is editing, but. So. Like I said, I did not sleep with my CPAP last night, and I feel it. Plus, late last night, I built storage for my closet. I do wish it was just a little bit narrower so it would fit turned sideways to the back of the closet, but it won't. It's okay. I was able to pick up so much stuff, get it in there. So, not that you care about that, but if you do, check out the other channel. Please subscribe here if you haven't already. The majority of you who watch me haven't subscribed yet. We have goals. I want to get to 500 by Memorial Day, and I want to get to 1,000 by the end of the year, by New Year's Eve. Then we can go live. So when an exciting update like the Boy in the Box happens, I can go live. So that's our goal. So if you wouldn't mind, share the channel. Maybe hit like if you like the videos. Because I guess that helps YouTube, what's the word? Suggest the videos to other people. I never understood what the like button was really for, but I guess that's what it's for. I do sometimes, and sometimes I don't, because they make a list out of it. If they didn't do that, I think people would be more likely to hit like on videos. That's just my opinion. I know I would be more likely, more inclined to hit like on videos if it wasn't making a liked videos list, which it doesn't need to do. Yes, you liked the video. Great. But it just creates a clogged up list. So that's the reason that I generally don't on channels that I'm subscribed to. If it's a short, I will like a short. If it's on a channel I'm not subscribed to, or if it's a really informative video that I watched one video on a channel I'm not subscribed to, I'll like it. Otherwise, on channels I'm subscribed to, I really don't. I mean, I do for my friends at Treasure Hunting with Jeebus, because I do consider them my friends. They have helped me with my channel and make this channel what it is. You know, they've helped me learn how to do things to make this channel better, to make my editing better, through conversations not only in the comments but also on Twitter, now X. I've been very fortunate that they've been willing to help me as far ahead of me as they are. They're good people. And if he says, hey, can you like the video? I'm going to like the video because of what he did for me. So, and check out his latest video, by the way. Funko Pop heaven in that unit. I am telling you, heaven. There was a video yesterday, which was Sunday. There should be another video on that unit Wednesday. Because I don't think he's done with it. I could be wrong. they may have gone through it. But anyway, you don't want to hear about that. I just like to promote the people that have helped me along the way. So, bye guys. God bless you. Again, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Comment. Share the video to someone you think might be interested in the old case. Bye guys.